Dang. Um, Today's been really hard. Uh, yeah, so this has been the situation. I'm currently on the Sag River, and I have been trying for the last 2.5 hours to try and get over there. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's some cute little rapids here that are deep enough that I can get Ducky, my cute little raft here with motor, okay, my little prop, uh, in for about 60 or so yards. Then I hit the bottom, and I have to kill the engine and bring the prop up to get it out of the rocks, so I don't just get smashed all up against the rocks and destroy the prop. This has been brutal. When I first got in, just over there, I mean, I don't know if you can see it very well in the video, but I can still see my vehicle. I came in and, I could just paddle and come along this way, no problem. And then I was like, well, where am I supposed to meet up with, basically the main part of the river so that I can go upstream, because all I'm hitting are these little bitty pieces of streams right now. And I went down about a mile before I was like, oh goodness, this is not it. And so I came back up, because it should have just been this first bend, according to everything that I've looked at and people have said and everything else. And I'm able to get in this. Ducky is strong enough to be able to push against the current. That I can do. This is not too fast or too powerful a current. It's just that I hit the bottom. And I don't know if you can see this very well, but it does get shallow out there. But it's not anything that I can get past it somehow either. I'm struggling, because in this little cove here, off to the right, there was some space that I could pull Ducky, that I could pull her, just get out and walk. I've got waders on, and be able to pull her up into that cove so that I could try and walk around and get around where this shallow spot is and just kind of like launch out. It didn't work. I've been trying all day. All day. That's a huge exaggeration. I've been trying for 2.5 hours. Holy crap. This has been a huge pain in the butt. I really hoped that I could just get Ducky out and launch into the water, find some little stream that connect to the Sag, which this does eventually, and then drive up the Sag and then the AV shack so I could go hunting. This is not working very well. And I'm hungry now. I'm tired. And I've been sweating for hours trying to make this work. So I'm all wet now too. It's just a bad combination. And I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I try and keep a pretty positive attitude about a lot of stuff. I've learned a lot of crisis management stuff in the last couple of years. That's been really helpful. Today is actually 17 years in the Air Force for me too, and I've been deployed 4 times to Afghanistan. So, and I'm not saying that to be like, thank me for my service. That's not it. What I'm saying is that all of that, and this is my 4th trip out here, my 3rd time. Anyway, this is my 4th trip out here, and I'm still man, this is tough and I'm not sure exactly what to do. I don't know if I should pivot and just go and try and hike every day because I'm not set up really. There's not enough snow to pull all my stuff with the sled to get out the 5 miles. I don't know if I should just go and hike every day with the kill kit and then just carry back the meat. I mean, that's just like the most brute strength way I can think of doing this. And then just come back every night and there's a bird at least. Come back every night and stay in a warm tent and all that kind of good stuff. I've got enough propane. I could burn the propane almost all night long for the rest of the trip at this point. Because this is not working. And I've been trying. I'm not one to give up, but man, I've been beating my head up against this river for hours now I'm just like, man, I wish I could just get right there. But I don't know. Maybe once I got right there, I go up 3/4 of a mile and then there's another right there that I can't get past. So I'm just like, dang. Oh, I try not to cuss in these videos. If anybody knows me like personally, like they know that I cuss like a sailor. It could just be the maintenance side of me being around a bunch of type A dudes for the last 17 years. Sometimes it's funny, but I try not to cuss on these videos because my kids could watch them. And maybe you are a kid. I'm not trying to cuss in front of you. Or maybe your kids are going to watch them, But if there's ever been a time that I was gonna drop one, man, it'd be right now. Just struggling. Oh. This was like planned to be like the easiest trip with the most amount of money into gear and everything else. And so far it has been the hardest. I mean, I've had flat tires on my way up to Coldfoot before, but not my trailer bust in half basically. Holy crap, dude. That's ridiculous. That's like the most intense thing I could think happening, So at this point, I'm going to have to push back into these rapids and I'm going to try and steer so that I get over into a calmer part of this and try and paddle and push and run the motor maybe a little bit to get Ducky back over to the truck, man. I mean, I'm not really sure what else to do at this point. Everyone was saying the water was high. Everybody was like, yeah, you might be able to do it. Maybe with the jet engine. I mean, I feel like another 6 inches higher and I'd be okay. Yeah. I didn't really buy this setup thinking that I was gonna try and come up the AV shack in the Arctic. I bought it thinking that I was gonna go moose hunting with the kids. So I got a big old long one, a 16-footer. Look at Ducky. She's a pleasure craft. She's not supposed to come out here. I mean, really, she's like a rescue craft. She's supposed to go anywhere, but I feel like that's like anywhere in the ocean, not anywhere in the Arctic. Not here. Oh my God, she's so heavy. I pushed her up on these rocks, coming out of these currents just so that I didn't get washed further away. This is gonna take a while. literally just to get a couple hundred yards back to the truck. And I got to do this without falling into the water while I'm doing it. Earlier, when I was trying to do this, I was real careful not to take steps in anything that was too deep. And then all of a sudden, the gravel underneath me slipped. And where I was originally standing in about 18 inches of water, I slipped through this gravel and I was almost chest deep in this water. I mean, I was worried that I was gonna, drop in past my waders. So I've been like extra careful ever since then, trying to be mindful of, double check my footing and everything. This has been a mess, dude. And I've been telling myself that like I just need to get on like some bigger water, get in some deeper water, not be so skinny here. And then it would all get easier and it'd just be smooth sailing. I wouldn't have to do all that hiking and everything that I've done before. Which, this is probably the best hiking shape that I've been in the whole time I've been in Alaska too. I mean, like, I've really got in good shape this year for hiking. Going on tons of hikes with the kids, the whole family, the team. We trained for this. Oh no. Oh goodness. I'm like walking ducky backwards through these rapids right now, and she's still hitting the transom of the boat every once in a while and getting caught up. I don't want to get pulled into those rapids over there. It gets real deep over here real quick. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go into that because I'm going to get washed down and I have to walk back along the sides and potentially fall in. That was a real pain in the butt earlier. So I'm just going to get into this nice calm stuff here. I'm going to pull Ducky into it. I'm going to cruise back up to my truck. I'm going to make myself a hot meal and drink some water. I'm going to run the engine on the truck and get some heat and some warm airflow and dry out. And then after I've had a meal and I've had some time to think, I'm going to try and connect with family back home. And I don't know, come up with the plan. Man, I absolutely hate to give up on something. This whole year I've done things and I've accomplished things that I wanted to accomplish. I went up the Deshka River, I went up the Susitna River, I went up the Yukon River. Not that it's like hard, but I went up and down the Rabbit Slough, Wasilla Creek, just for moose and whatever else. I've done some cool stuff this year and I don't want to give up on this. But I don't know, man. And again, I'm trying to stay positive, but I'm like, dang, how many hours am I going to beat my head up against the wall before I just say I can't do this and try something else? I saw some caribou yesterday and a bunch of bow hunters. They were trying to pin them down and work as a group over in Adigan Pass, which was pretty cool, man. I like to see the bow hunters and stuff out. And maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should learn to bow hunt. Or, learn how to boat better. Get in better hiking shape. Maybe I should just stop crying. But I need to get a meal because I'm hungry. I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm wet. complaining about it. So wish me luck. I'm gonna get after it. We'll see what happens.